What is going on, everyone? Griffin here, coming at you with some Mac gameplay, and today we're going to be talking about possible LMG changes for Rogue Company. So let's head over, let's talk about it. So light machine guns, as you know, have not been touched in Rogue Company right now. Currently, we only have access to 2 light machine guns. So I think that there are some very simple things that the developers could do, in my opinion, to actually balance them out as a whole. Now, where they currently sit, where you have one that shoots fast, has a crazy fire rate, has decent damage output, has some very curious fall off ranges for the weapon, and then you have one that fires a little bit slower. It starts out with like some crazy spread, but as you shoot it, it gets tighter and tighter. Now, some of those weapons may need to be adjusted individually overall to make them feel a little bit less oppressive than they currently do. But I think that one thing that could be brought into consideration for something like this is adding some type of movement speed penalty like we have seen with some of the assault rifles. If you add a movement speed penalty where it takes possibly longer to ADS the weapons, and then of course whenever you're ADSing and moving and also walking around with the weapons just in general, like, it should be something that does penalize you. You're carrying a very large, very heavy weapon. Now, to bypass this and to make it a little bit more balanced and understanding is leave the sprint in there and the sprint speed in there, but take longer to ready your weapons up whenever you are coming out of sprinting, and possibly work Stalker into giving some of that back and giving all of the LMG characters access to Stalker at various levels to allow them to pull the weapons up a little bit faster and also move a little bit faster whenever you have the weapons out, walking around or ADSing. I think that that would actually make it feel pretty balanced for the most part. It would be nice if they would add some type of ramp up functionality to one, if not both of the LMGs that we currently have, kind of like the way that Cannon's minigun works, to where you can, like the Conviction, for example, like, it takes longer to get accurate. So that would be a very interesting mechanic where whenever you first start shooting the weapon, it's widely, it's got some crazy aim going on with it, but it starts shooting a little bit faster and it starts getting more precise over time. I do see where something like that would cause a snowball effect in balance overall, because they would probably have to adjust the damage numbers dynamically depending on what the fire rate for the weapon are. So that may not be an avenue that the developers realistically want to travel down. But I think that adding that functionality into one, if not both of them, could make for some very interesting, play styles and things like that. Also, having the ability to like mount with them. I know they took the mount option away from Cannon, but why can't we get a mount option with some of the light machine guns? It would be really cool to mount up with the maul, be more accurate with the maul, and maybe it changes the ranges for the fall off whenever you actually have the weapon mounted, so that if you're wanting to try to get something that is somewhat across the map, like in Breach, for example, if you're defending on long side, you could mount on the end down there and you could actually get some pretty heavy oppressive fire down lane where most of the snipers like to stand at if they're pushing. And vice versa. If you were pushing that site and you moved up to a piece of half cover or something, you could mount it and you could be more oppressive on some of the peaks that most people normally like to take. I think that if they work some of these things into the game and rebalanced them in a way to where it doesn't make them feel overly oppressive, but it also adds some different functionality into the game, I think that would be really, really fun and really, really cool. I can imagine someone using the maul, running the maul, and using it as something to try to stop people from peeking while one of your friends is trying to revive one of your teammates, or situations like that. And I think that that could create some very cool and very interesting plays to happen out while you're watching it happen. But be sure to let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you think that, changing the movement speed, possibly the ready up speed, like the ADS speed of the light machine guns, do you think that that would help balance them out and help make them a little bit different? Would you like to mount the light machine guns and have that as some type of a way to where you could have some suppressing fire in order to make things happen, like bomb plants, revives, things like that? Or do you think that these are a little bit crazy and they just need to go in there and adjust the ranges and the damage? Be sure to let me know what you think in the comments down below. Also, be sure to check that description for links to Facebook, Discord, and Twitter. Those are the places to contact me. If you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you've already subscribed to the channel, then consider hitting that join button to become one of the 256 crew members. Lastly, on Thursdays from 8 until 11 p.m. Central Time, Sundays from 10 a.m. until we get tired, I will be streaming here on YouTube. So if you are interested and available, please feel free to stop by and say hello there. Thanks for watching, guys.
Playing as, but I never use his ability.
Yeah, I don't use it either.
It sucks.
Right.
It's really good on Strikeout and King of the Hill.
Man, this C40 is still amazing.
I know, right? And
The more I play with it, the better I feel with it. Ah!
You
burst there, buddy.
That dude threw his C4 on top of me. What a poser. That's what he gets.
If you burst it from long ranges, it does that thing that it's supposed to do.
What's that thing?
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Not in the fire. It
They're all back here.
recenters itself.
Every one of them. Somebody's behind that.
One kill until victory.
Man, we just beat the living shit
Shut
out of
it
these
down
guys.
right here in the middle.
I don't feel bad about it.
Derek, shut her down.
Shall I be expecting a medal?
So you feel bad? Fuck them kids.
They gonna learn today.